Yeah.
You know what was big back then too? I don't know if you remember that. Is primered cars. Having a fully primered car was the shit for some reason.
Oh, in the sticker bomb fenders.
I remember that.
Canards were hot too. Everyone had a Canards in every corner of that car that they could.
Oh yeah, just like little stick-on ones.
Yeah.
I never understood why. Like, I remember there was a dude around here that had a primered Civic. It was like white wheels. I think it was Jordan. I used to think the car was the hottest shit. I don't know why. Just the primer was just such a cool look back then, and then looking back, I'm just like, damn.
Yes.
Oh, I'm really surprised we saved that cup for him, to be very honest with you.
I'll be leaving my cup up there.
I'm not going to bring it to you, though.
We're going to pass it down.
Pass it down.
That's fine.
Oh, it's the Passover.
Oh, you even knocked out the little bend in the cup.
I squirted.
There you go for the salt. Ooh. Actually, can you run that back real quick? Because I kind of want to sip real quick. Make sure my voice is.
Fill it back up.
That's the only cup.
No, fill that one back
Fill
up.
it back up. Hold on, let me get some more.
Yeah, let me get a little bit more. Yeah, I can kill that.
Nice cold H2O hits in the morning.
It does. It does.
I knew it was gonna happen.
You should bypass us, really.
Yeah, you probably should.
I am this time.
Okay, you just out of respect for the cars and the culture. It is currently 9:16 in the morning on a Thursday, I believe. Thursday. Oh, why'd you just scream like you were fucking about to power up or something? You got some heat on feet today, though, y'all. We all get, the salt. Ooh, what are those? I'd eat those. I should have worn mine. We could have been at least triplets for today, but I rode the bike today, so I was.
You had to wear Dr. Martens.
Well, yeah,
Dr. Martens.
They're Doc Martens, and then I switched it to my AM Force. But we're live. All right, I think we're good. We're good. We're good.
Like, even if I'm like right here?
Yeah.
You're not checking my levels.
Talk for me one more time.
Am I good?
You're great.
What are we talking about?
Oh,
okay,
nice.
bro.
Okay,
I already went over this already.
Everybody's up. Everybody's all right.
Just fall in line.
That's bad.
Sure.
Just fall into place.
Where's my raccoon?
What? Man,
My
I'm trying to start
missing.
the podcast.
Your raccoon, that coon fell off somewhere, bro. Oh no.
A rocket?
Rocket is on the Milwaukee toolbox.
Why is he over there?
Because the 3M fell off.
Ryan knocked it off.
No,
No,
the
he
3M
didn't.
fell off.
Ryan knocked it off.
Yeah, he's a bit far.
He's a bit far.
I don't know if you might know.
Anyways.
Saul had a little rocket raccoon on his little chair on the first podcast.
First
but
podcast.
It's over across the shop.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on, guys? We are back. Carlos, Zion, Ryan, and Thasal back with Sand Shop Boys, the podcast, episode 2. We thank everybody for watching the first episode, so that was cool. We got a lot of good feedback on Facebook, even on the actual YouTube video. So we appreciate that from everybody. I know these guys are excited about it. I think.
It's a little early.
What do you mean? It's what time
Early,
is it?
it's early as fuck.
It's 9:18. It's 9:18.
Is it when y'all are? Never mind. Sorry. Continue.
I'm usually here.
All right. No.
Who's trying to call late?
Every one of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Okay, nah.
If we just own up to
First
it,
of
we
all,
don't have to
you
argue
know
that.
what? Never mind. I ain't gonna get into that.
I mean, it's Carlos.
I just can't wake up.
Mike, see, I'm not a morning person at all.
See, but when he worked at R&R, he couldn't just call him and be like, "Hey, I can't work. I can't wake up."
That's facts.
But, whatever. Anything flies here.
If you give me a point system, you should give us like 8 points a year. So miss if you come in late, it's a half point. You miss full, that's a full point. That's what my old job.
But first of all, you would lose all them points in a week.
No, but yes, that's but once you get to so you only get 9 points. Once you get to 8.5, you're on probation for 3 months. It means you can't use no more points. And if you get to 9, you're fired.
But see, that fucks me because I got my iPhone. So
Wait,
this nigga's on probation.
So you lose a full point if you go home early or you don't show
No,
up?
half point if you leave halfway through the day. Full point if you miss those shit.
As far as leaving early, he's beat. As far as not showing up, you're beat. And as far as showing up late, you're definitely beat.
Okay.
So
well,
everybody's
that's
beat.
not important. We're going to talk to each other about some real shit.
Real shit.
Damn. I need y'all to focus and lock in before I tweak the fuck out.
All right, so what we're talking about today?
What are we talking about today?
So we put like a little live thing out. A few of us put out a thing. Just basically was just like, what would you guys want to talk about? So one of those things that we wanted to talk about was the do's and the don'ts of starting to get into a stance car. Because we've all built stance cars for a good majority. Well, me and you have done it for a majority of our life. They're like the last few years. But there's some things that you do that like everyone may seem to just do when they first start, and it ends up being wrong, and they regret it. So what we're going to talk about today is what we think is the things that we shouldn't do up front at all. Save yourself the headache. So that's all.
JNCs and 6-speed lug nuts.
Okay, I can very much attest
The aluminum ones.
to the aluminum 6-speed lug
They're
nuts.
terrible. Absolutely
Because
terrible.
I can't tell you how many times as a kid and as I was younger, I would cross thread them things.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you look at them wrong.
Oh yeah,
they're cross threaded.
You always
Literally.
had the little spikes. And you had to keep it extra back in your car because you would always lose them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I couldn't be seen out with missing a spike.
You can't be seen.
And
that,
you
know what I'm
lose a
saying?
little rubber gasket to that spike, it's over. It's
over.
rusted.
It
It's
don't
rusted
fit right
too.
no more.
Yeah.
It's wobbling.
And you hit it with a socket one time, you'll have to buy a new
The
set.
paint's gone.
The gone.
Off of
the
it.
anodization.
Yeah, and
They just kind of the powder coat on there.
literally.
Literally though.
J and C's though. Let's not skip over J and C's.
The junks.
The junks.
The junctions, if you will, if you will.
So okay, so here's the thing about, and we're not gonna get into the whole rep versus wheel thing. That's fucking a
Not today.
dumb conversation.
Not today.
It could last 4
Yeah.
podcasts long. But what I will say about that, to summarize it in like a very small thing, is the reason why people, and I would say us in a sense, and like a lot of other car people, they don't like reps, and the reason why, even outside of the fact that it is a replica of a wheel that you should have just bought in the first place, even outside of that, what you'll find in a lot of these shows, and I'm sure you guys have seen it too, you'll have these cars that are like extremely well built, like high quality parts, high quality like turbo parts, exhaust, sometimes seats if they're not fucking around with Brom.
Yeah.
Like they have nice parts, but then and like big brake kits, but then it comes down to their wheels. And they just cheap out on the wheels, which makes zero sense. So when you go to a show and you want to get into the show, it's like, boom, oh, they got this, but they got XXRs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of them things, like, why the hell would you cheap out on probably the most important part of your car, which is the only part of the car that touches the road?
What was everybody's first set of wheels that they had on the car?
Asantes.
Asantes?
I had 20-inch Asantes.
Nigga.
Oh wow. You had what? Grid? Like go to grid?
No, the Kioshas or something like that.
I had clutch KF5 or something. It was a star-shaped wheel. I bought it. I had that back daddy. I bought it.
That's respectable, I guess,
But
for
they
a
came on the
first
car,
wheel.
so I wasn't too bad about it.
So the wheels that I bought for my first set of wheels ever, they didn't have a name.
Oh.
They were under 4x100 wheels on eBay. And I took a picture with them things. I think I either was like sitting next to it holding it, or I had it on my shoulder.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
I
We'll have
did
to,
that.
if Zon remembers, he'll have to find it and put it in there because it's cringe as hell. But that was the first. I mean, they were like $3.99, and back then I was like
That was a little pricey.
16.
Yeah,
$3.99 was
pricey.
like a year's check back then. So I thought I was balling, but little did I fucking know, that was never gonna be the same.
Insane.
Again.
But yeah, so pretty much the point of that is stay away from the lesser quality parts.
Well, the thing is too is back when me and Ron were doing it, everything was a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So like,
And it
trying
was
to-
more common to
Yeah,
have
so like
that.
trying to get a set of 3-piece wheels was like you better like had a hell of a job.
The
I
key,
feel like no one had 3-piece wheels in
listen,
that time.
no, they really didn't.
No, it wasn't.
Unless you were that dude. But
Yeah.
the keys to success back then were the motherfucking function and form slip-on coils that went over your stock struts, which we've actually installed a set of those
Yeah,
recently,
a few
which was
weeks
really
ago, a few months
funny.
ago.
So a set of those, just max the hell out, and then just some kind of wheel,
Yeah.
and that was it.
With
You were
decent
balling
fitment.
with
Yeah.
decent fitment, and decent fitment now is terrible fitment, but back then. It wasn't like it is now, where you just have cars just rolling around the city with crazy fitment
No.
and stuff. It wasn't like that.
Because I
back
feel like
then.
when I first got on the scene, it was like 2017, 2018. Import Alliance was the best thing on the fucking planet.
Oh, 100%.
Like this is before I was introduced to Slam Enough shows, and I feel like everybody was just on some decent coilovers and some random ass wheels, and it was good. That's what
It was
everybody liked.
baller.
It was still more into the sportier, like earlier car scene, like almost Fast and Furious type, but like less underglow and stuff like
It
that.
was mainly about mob.
Mike's car was the
terrible.
hardest car I
So,
remember though.
Pretty
You think
much.
so?
Somebody,
That
hey,
makes
you know
a
what
lot of
happened?
sense.
Somebody had a primer car, and they're like, "Damn, this shit keeps flecking off. Let me clear it."
Yeah, bingo.
And then they were like,
Bingo.
"Wait, whoa,
sense.
this is kind of heat."
I think that makes sense. But like, what else can people try and stray away from? Like, say they're building their first car, they want to get in the car scene. What else
Buy
is?
the FRS. That's a big dope.
Well, okay,
That's a
listen.
big dope.
The
Yeah,
FRS has
universal parts.
universal
Okay,
parts.
I agree with
Universal
that. I agree
parts.
with that.
That's
Universal
'Cause
parts.
listen-
Hey, what's up with that? Give me that.
Oh no, 100%. That's my breakfast.
Give me that.
Nah, big dope.
Keep talking.
Now, what
Give me
is that
that.
though? Let me see.
That's my breakfast.
What is it though? Let's take
I
a
want to
break
buy.
from it.
Oh, it's a double dip.
We
Give me a
can't share.
bite.
There's enough for everybody. Can we share
Anyways.
that? Can we share that?
Anyways.
Okay.
Getting off topic here. What are we talking about?
Universal parts.
Oh, yeah. So Universal parts,
Yeah.
you got to think what they make them for. There's one car in the world that they make them for. And it's never your
No.
car. It's just
Most of the time, that's stuff like exhaust or fucking
splitters, eBay splitters.
rearview mirror covers, like for your outside, like dumb shit like that. Splitters, and it just never
Spoilers.
It just never works. It never does. The famous never there.
The Universal spoilers on eBay are the worst possible thing ever. And I'll tell you what, too. Like, we have some customers that come in here sometimes, too, and are like this. Bro, there's specific things that you can buy off eBay and Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Specific things that, like, are straight. But, like, you can't base your whole build on eBay.
We should do that one day whenever we're kind of balling again.
Why you look at me like? Why you look at me like that when you said you can't base your whole bill on
Well, that
eBay?
was the whole point of Big
Oh, I was just looking
Oh,
at
we
that.
did have Big
You know
Jim,
what I'm saying?
but I think we should do that. We should like try and build the cheapest stance car that we can, as a, like to try and prove people that you can do it. And not, that would be fun.
I built my car off car ID. That was the worst
Oh
thing
my
ever.
god!
Oh yeah.
That's
The
even
bumpers
worse.
on car ID are fucking
yeah.
atrocious.
The what?
The bumpers that they sell for any car is
Oh yeah.
atrocious.
I bought my Asantes off
don't know
car
who's
ID.
manufacturing this
They nitroglycerin filled the tires and everything.
Oh, dude. With the green
purple-
caps or
yeah.
whatever.
Purple valve stems.
I remember when that was a big thing, or people like I used to work at a wheel repair shop back in the day, and people used to come in and like they'd be like, "Did you fill our wheels with nitro?" We're like,
Nitrogen?
"Yep."
Yes, we did. Put
That
little
bitch had dirty ass air from the
dirty
air
air.
machine.
Put that little green cap on
Straight
there.
back, they never knew the difference.
Bro, back at R&R was like, yeah, you know, y'all are special because y'all have nitrogen. Brother, it's the same compressor that we have here. This shit don't do shit.
I don't know. I feel like when I built my first car, I bought a bagged Audi A6 or B6, the wagon. It was a wagon.
Oh, built not bought.
Oh no, oh not built, brother. And I paid $2,600 for it. It was on V2 airlift. That blew the main relay like every other week. I blew the motor in that bitch. But it was a nice car. All it had was wheels on it and a carbon fiber hood that had no clear on it. So I would just stay away from dumbass cars. No, because like I blew the motor in that car because we did a topic job on it and we fucked it up. But for guys who want to get in the car scene, don't go try and get no new BMW if you don't know how to work on BMW, or you don't have a mechanic, or don't buy an older
But
Audi.
on
or
that same
older,
side though, you can get like bags and wheels is like a huge topic. People are like, oh, always.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, there's a lot of cars out there you can buy. And I'm talking, you can have a hot ass car with just bags and wheels.
It's every guy with
Like an LC.
No, it's every guy
Or
in
the
the
new
car scene.
the new Integra.
And
the new Integra.
no disrespect to our friends, but every guy in the car scene that has the F80 BMW,
Oh, it's always bags and
yeah.
wheels.
bags and wheels,
Bags and
but they're fire. The cars
they
are
look
hot.
hot.
It's hot off-road.
But that is everyone right now, and you might have a few with some a carbon spoiler or some dumb shit, and that's really about it.
But another don't, honestly, is letting your boy down the street and roll your fenders.
Oh, brother,
That was almost you back in the day.
that was
With me.
He was the boy back in the day.
He was the boy. I got
I mean,
you.
I
bro.
was too.
Just slide to the
I
house.
mean, I was decent at it. I mean, I did a good bit. Shit, I was making money.
But no, I do. There's a lot of guys who are like, yeah, bro. Especially, and we see that a lot being in the shop. My friend can do it cheaper, and then they call us back in 3 weeks, like, hey,
Just because
can
Amazon
you
and
fix it?
YouTube has it, don't mean you should do it.
Well, I mean, you got to think of it from like a perspective of like, okay, so like you're a little bit younger, and a fender roller on eBay is like $40. So you got someone like me saying, I'll roll all 4 of your fenders for $160. They're like, oh, well, the math ain't math, and I can just go buy it for $40 and I own the bitch, right? Wrong.
Wrong. Very wrong.
Because you fuck up a fender, cool. You go buy a new fender, depending on the car.
Yeah.
You fuck up a quarter panel, you chalk the whole thing. Take it as a scratch off.
And I do respect the guys who do it themselves, but if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, you can try and learn, but just be careful.
It depends on the car you
Yeah.
drive. Like, don't try to learn a 2020 car.
Yeah, do a Civic where if you
Do a Civic.
fuck the fender up, you can go down the street and
It's the same way with any install part. If you have some type of mechanical knowledge, because I'm probably the least mechanically inclined because I never really did it. I've learned a lot from y'all three, but like I never really did much. What, bitch?
I could see Ryan looking at me in the side of my eye, so I just started laughing. I'm sorry.
That's insane. That's insane. But there's
I'm
a,
sorry, carry on.
But there's
I'm
like
wrong.
I've installed coilovers on 2 cars before. Am I gonna sit here and say I'd fucking do it every day and like tell people I can install the coilovers? Fuck no. I'm not. That's just dumb.
That's a mature point.
So don't all because your friend put his coilovers on his fucking 2012 FRS don't mean he can install them on your F80 BMW, and they're gonna ride great because they're not.
I mean, I work here full time, and I don't even tell people I work on cars. I mean, unless it's a bitch. But I mean, other than that, yeah.
No, okay. Here's another thing. So this falls into the same point of like, okay, like for example, someone will come here and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to spend more than like $200 on coilovers." Let's just say.
Oh god.
If you can save up to $200, it's not about. It's never been about how much money you make. A lot of people think it's like, oh, you guys are balling, or you know, these cars in the car scene, they got good jobs. It's not necessarily like that. It's just some people that make a little bit more money can buy the parts faster.
Yeah.
But like, you can save your money. If you can save 2, you can save 4. If you can save 4, you can save 8. It might take a little bit longer, but it's better to get the quality part up front than it is to just splurge buy something like max speeding rods. Don't buy max speeding rods.
PP rods.
Don't. They're so bad.
So bad.
Like, they're so bad. I mean, people hate on BC and whatever, but like, BC has been great to all of us forever.
Yeah.
Silvers are great.
That was my first.
If you have to spend less than that, honestly, Megan are straight. Godspeeds are alright. Stay the fuck away from Tyne.
Oh my god.
Teen.
No, fuck on.
They're just not.
Just
as far as stance goes, they're just shit coilovers. They don't go low. They ride alright, but the adjustability on them is weird.
For the low price for coilovers, I would say Megan's, because my Genesis is on Megan's for years.
I think
cheap
Megan
set,
for
cheap
is
set,
mid
yeah.
ground. Megan's probably the best, and it's weird too because like when it comes to like control arms and stuff like that, sometimes Megan's like the best you can buy for your car.
Yeah.
Like and they're good though. Like they give a lot of
Most big
adjustment.
cameras, these are on Megan's because you can flip the ball joint and you can get more camber, and everyone runs them.
Or you could just spend $1,000 on SPO. But I see in that specific part, I can see why.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
But yeah, it's quality parts is probably the biggest thing we could touch on. And I'm not saying you got to go spend $1,000, but there's better than the bottom of the barrel in every instance.
Yeah.
Pay for
Klarna.
Klarna.
Go borrow from your homie, your mama.
Now I'm not saying go put $80,000 on your fucking Affirm and build your car because I don't support that. Because just don't do that. That's stupid.
That is
But-
It's a
stupid.
little different though.
But if I mean I've paid for a $200 purchase just because I didn't want to spend a whole $200 at the time.
I feel you.
I'm just
I literally just did that with my fucking.
for no reason though. You know, like I don't have to, but I'm like, do I want
You
to see
paid off yet?
Oh, it's been paid off.
Oh,
Do I want to see it all go at once? No, just because I'm like that.
And
but-
you get the part though. That's not.
Yeah.
It's like credit.
Yeah.
Really, it's just credit.
It's like spend the $200 or I'll pay $20
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I'm paying the 20.
I mean, that's valid.
What's the worst mod that you can do to a car?
Straight pipe.
No.
No.
False.
But look, huh?
He said
What'd you say?
false.
I said false.
Oh,
What
I
is
was
the
saying
worst
zip
one? Go on,
tie,
you go
zip
first.
tying them little drift tags to your back of your bumper where it don't even fucking do anything on a stock ass car.
Fuck car.
Little charms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to say either the quick release. So people will do this just to do it. Like they don't need it. Like the quick release bumper tabs, not the button. The button's clean.
Oh,
But the
The
ones with
rubbers,
the ones
yeah.
with the rubber.
With the rubber.
So I know we've had it here. People have come here just to do it, and they don't even need it. Like I have
Yeah.
to undo their bumper.
We had
still
that.
have the screw
No,
in
we
the
saw
bumper.
that. One,
Yeah.
we saw that one car with they had that, but it was on this. It was on the fender. Like there wasn't even.
Oh, there was two on the fender.
It wasn't on the
Yeah.
bumper. It was just on the fender. And I'm
That
like, what?
and probably VHT nightshades. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
Tin your taillights, pretty much. Tin your taillights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tin your stock taillights. Like smoking a taillight with like a legit taillight's one, but nobody ever does it right. It looks like ass.
Yeah.
It just looks terrible. So that's probably a big one too, because they'll be doing it on stock cars. That's probably the number one mod done to a stock car.
I hate
is
carbon
tinning your
wrap.
taillights.
I hate carbon wrap.
No, I changed my answer.
To what?
When they fucking changed all their dome lights to a colored fucking light.
Yeah,
That's so annoying.
it depends on the car. If it's like a rowdy car, maybe like something fully built.
Yeah, I'm looking straight at you.
I don't know.
But these boys over
No,
here,
I changed because the Z was blue when I got it from Geo, so I wanted to make it blue, so I bought the blue ones. And it was blue.
The see,
Smoking
thing
a
is, it
cookout
wasn't
parking
just
lot.
your dome light. You changed everything to blue.
Perfectly. Let's match everything.
Yeah.
No, literally, bro. I bought blue floor mats. I bought fucking I don't know what else, but yeah, it was blue.
that's tough.
It was blue.
Okay, so so we covered that. I think that's pretty good covered. So the next thing I heard or was asked about was when was the best time in the car scene? Not necessarily just the cars, but just overall, when was the best year span or whatever? That's all.
I had just gotten into the car scene. It was in like 2018, like midway. But I had went to Import Alliance, and I thought like that was the hottest
Which
shit.
IA?
I mean, like, huh?
Which one?
Atlanta, yeah. Atlanta's the only one I've ever been
Bowling
to.
Green
Boy,
was the best.
I've been to
IA.
Bowling Green.
Oh my god.
see, I've never
Bowling
been to
Green was
Bowling Green,
fun.
but like when we go to IA, I mean, I'm talking about there were secluded houses. There was a house when I went in 2018. It's called the Burnout House, and everyone just went there. I think I ended up running into you there, and I didn't really know who you were at that point. Everyone was just on their pad, just doing burnouts and everything. No cops were ever called. Everyone's. I'm talking about there was like 100 people in a tiny ass area, and
Past day swing meet.
I mean, yeah, fair. But all the meets in IA, like that after meets. I mean, yeah, we were getting shut down and having to jump parking lots and everything, but it wasn't like today where you're there for 10 minutes and you have to jump. You were there for a cool 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
everyone's just rolling up.
It was just when it got increasingly rowdy.
Yeah, everyone started getting rowdy, but I remember one time this dude was in like an Exo Miata. At one of them, we were in like one of the shopping complex parking lots, and he was just rolling through. His car was ignorantly loud, so the cops started giving him tickets, and then so he started talking back and everything, and then they just yanked him out of the car.
Oh.
That was one. I was there.
Were you there? Remember, everyone started throwing money in his car to pay for the ticket and everything. I don't know why. I just thought that was so cool.
You know,
respect
ZJ?
that.
Who?
ZJ?
I don't think so.
Fultonier, I think his last name is. He was filming, and like when the cops pulled Juan out the car, he hopped in Juan's car, and he tried to like get it out, like move it.
Yeah.
He ended up running and ended up going to jail.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. That was the first
I
I
respect
ever
that
been
though.
to.
Shit,
No, that was respect. I've always, if you're ever watching this, I respect that because he literally hopped in homie's car and we were all trying to push it out to like, hide it. And then the cops started chasing, and homie just did it. Like he ran. He ran through the park. Like, he ended up getting caught though.
I remember that. Yeah, that was so dope. I don't know why. I think that was the first car show I ever went to because I started with IA and like
It's a pretty intense
clean
introduction.
My
clean
first
culture
car show
and all
was
that.
IA Bowling Green.
Yeah, mine was IA.
Carlos.
It would probably have to be IA also.
Well, this is
What
more
time
so
of
an
the car
era.
scene?
2014.
Like when you first got it. Is that when you first got it?
I'm talking about. I started a limbo contest because I remember he
That
did
is
it.
one of the coolest things IA does.
He
They started
did it in
that.
Prelude. I did it in my Miata when I had back then.
You put like 12 people on the car trying to push it down.
12, 20 people in the car. I remember a 240 busting his oil pan because he had too many people in the car.
I was always doing the low car
Jesus.
limbo. And
Oh, yeah.
what was crazy is that was when, this was before y'all's time, but that was during the Ville. I don't know if you remember the Ville.
Yeah.
So like everyone from the Ville used to come and like support anybody that was doing low car limbo. It's like we would just be out there just 20, 30, 40 people deep, like doing low car limbo.
It was the coolest shit in the world because I remember I had so many people on my Miata that it got featured in Stance Nation. And back then, that was
shit!
shit.
Yeah,
That's still the shit.
I
that's
still
tough.
have those pictures.
I want to see
still
that.
the shit.
I need that picture. I'm gonna post it so everybody can see it. I
Being
want
in
to see
Stance
that.
Nation back then, that was the hottest shit in the fucking world.
It still kind of is.
It still
though.
is.
It still
Yeah.
is. But like back then, when you first getting into it, and then out of nowhere, someone sends you, "Oh, here you're in Stance Nation. There's 2 pictures of your car with fucking 30 people on it."
Yeah.
And a
That
Miata
was
is
cool shit.
wild.
That's
Oh,
it
yeah.
though.
And
That's
Miata's
what it does.
wild. 2014 was cool. Like that was when I was going to like IA and like stuff like that, like
It was
taking my
before
car
the
and
whole
stuff.
Seminole era.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they were around, but like it wasn't as popular
as
as it
big
is
as they
now,
are now.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't think GAT was around at all either.
Because I definitely remember Slim Enough when I was going to IA. Like they had like a small booth.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember I met Denlin way back when. I just didn't
Fucking
know
Denny.
I just didn't know it was Denlin
yeah.
at the time. And he had one little small table, one banner, and just like a couple stickers. And now look at him.
I think the best time in the car show. So I got in the car show. My first car show was 2017. It was IA Bowling Green. I met a lot of good people there. I met like Sam Eagle and
Sam.
there's a few other good people. That's when me and Squirt were like really just started getting the stuff. But from like 2017 to 20.
Did that shit just break? Oh, it definitely just broke.
All right, carry on.
Okay, great. My chair just fucking broke that we built together. So that tells us.
That tells
I
you all you
built
need to
these.
know. That tells you all you need to
Shut
know.
up. But I think 2017, 2019, when I first got in the scene, I first got in the stance cars. I was going to Slam Enough shows, getting.
Stop shaking your leg. You're
I-
gonna fucking break.
Okay,
your
I'm
leg.
sorry. I'm sorry. But that was the best for me. I met probably 300 people in those few years that I'm still friends with today. The shows were crazy. The houses that we were getting for Slam Enough shows were insane, especially GAT. I think GAT was like the main show I went to those years, and it was the best. The vibes were crazy. The cars were crazy. That's when Big Camera was.
Not
Poppin'.
starting out, but it was just like
Poppin'.
it was popping.
You had your FRSs, you had a few Zs, and like some crazy ass old Miatas, a big camper. And I loved it. Everyone was together. And I call that the Violent Clique era.
Oh, 100%.
When I first joined Violent, and it was everyone was together.
I'm the same. So I've been doing it as long as Carlos has. So like 2012, 13, 14, whatever. We were all going. I mean, I was going to like IA and shit, and then going to high school on Monday type shit. Like that's how long ago it was. And so that's all I ever knew. But we also were like going up to Atlanta, staying in hotels, and then coming back home. Like going to the pre-meet. So that's all I ever knew was IA. I think I've been to one Sun Enough Atlanta show or something as a spectator, but outside of that, that was it. And then 2018 rolled around, and I had heard about Sun Enough Gatlinburg. I heard that it was like really cool. And I was in the process of building a pretty rowdy car, which also got me into Violent that year as well with you. But I was in the process of building like my first like big camber, static, wide body car. Like that was my first bigger build for myself. And I got to Gatlinburg in 2018. Like my entire perspective just like changed on cars because I got there and like I'm just like IA, you see a lot of crazy cars rolling around, but like in Gatlinburg it was just like it was a much smaller city, and people are just out. Like cars are out, bro. Hot cars are driving around that you would only see like getting trailered to shows and stuff like that. And then, you know, we do the whole Violent thing, and then we're going to these people's houses that they've rented. And that was before, like, I ever was in one of those houses or anything like that. That was the craziest thing to me, to know that, like, people were renting these insanely big houses and having parties.
I'll post some pictures, like the cars outside and stuff from the houses those years.
And it was, I mean, and they had all their cars there, and it was just the craziest thing to me. And, like, I didn't get my car finished in time to go. I was waiting on some lips from 3Ps, like everybody fucking else in the world. And... dude, just being there and like meeting all the people that I met that I like looked up to before, and then I just met them, and it was just like,
it was cool. It was cool. Having fun, getting fucked up at a party.
Yeah, and like the party that year was still like one of the the first party I ever went to car related was still probably one of the craziest parties I've ever been to, because it was like it was at this huge house that the Violent guys had gotten. And they made it a 3-part series on YouTube. It's got like a shit ton of views. You'll have to watch it. It's Liam did it. LEP Automotive did it, and it's a 3-part SC Gatlinburg 2018 series. Probably the greatest, the greatest like video I guess you could say of all time. It was dope. But just being there and like seeing all the people, meeting the people, partying with the people, having fun, it was awesome. Then when it came to the show, it was just probably the greatest thing I think I've ever done. So yeah, so that's, I guess the general consensus era is going to be like 2014 to the 2018 was like the start of it.
I agree.
It didn't go down. Like it didn't get worse. It's just 2018 like peaked for me for some reason.
It was also because it was new to us, that like being out with people. Because like y'all did stuff locally, but when you start going out, it changes everything. So I think that was that explains it a lot. But I still love the car scene now. Everyone talks about it's shit. It's not. It's really not. The car scene is great.
Only shit part is the swing mates.
Yeah, literally.
You can't do it locally.
But just like which is gonna be a silent killer for all this.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. I am, because we talked about it before. And it's a topic, a conversation everywhere and every day. But I am worried about that.
Well, you gotta think like, like imagine, you know, the cops. Not all the cops know what like the car scene is. You know what I mean? It's like they see these
groups of cars.
They see these Hellcats, Chargers, Challengers, 350Zs, like whatever, just out there, just taking over intersections, acting crazy. So then there's us, who's just trapped around the city in our stance cars and stuff. They don't know the difference. They see a highly modified car like, oh, that's one of them. So they may pick on you as far as pulling you over for something stupid, railing you with tickets.
And I can't blame them, to be very honest.
I can't either. I mean, they can be a little dickish about it, but I can't really blame them because they don't know the difference. They see a modified car and they just kind of put 2 and 2 together. But that, again, is a whole conversation for another day. We've covered that before 100 times. We hate it. We don't support it. That's really just the end of it.
I sold my Z, though. Y'all know this.
Yeah, he did sell Z.
I sold my Z about 2 days ago.
We bought bikes.
We all bought bikes. Well, us two did.
Yeah. He already has bike.
He's got the ruckus. He's got the stretch ruckus. The Saul's gonna build something over the winter apparently and come out crazy and kill everyone in the ruckus scene. So that's why I'm excited for that. Are you excited for that? Because we love cars, but we also love other stuff too.
Yeah.
And we gotta.
We're all into shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes are another expensive hobby. We all fuck with guns. Me and Zahn fuck with guns.
Yeah.
And then the cars, and now the bikes.
And now bikes. There's literally 3 brand new bikes sitting over there, and It's
that we got literally yesterday and the day before.
It's gonna be a great time. I did have fun riding to work today though.
It was raining.
It was
Not what?
Where?
Not anymore.
It was barely raining. But I learned something today, and I want everybody to know. So, like, if it's raining a little bit and you got a little water on your visor, you just turn your head like this, and it blows it the fuck off, and it's clear.
Wow, it's almost like that's how wind works.
It's fucking magic, brother.
All right.
I haven't ridden in 2 years. What do you think?
I haven't ridden in 2 years either. All right, so I got another comment. This is another comment that I got. And this is more so for me and Thasal, but, like, it also applies to you guys in the last recent. You longest and him less longest, but whatever. So, I guess starting all this, like the shop and everything, was a lot. I guess, like, when y'all watch our Snapchats, like, there's a lot of people that watch our YouTube that also watch, like, our Snapchat stories and stuff. A lot of y'all, we don't sit here and post, like, the hard stuff. Like, we're underneath working on a car, or, like, putting in long hours. Like, me and Thasal sleep in here, and Zon sleep in here because we work so long. We don't post all that. But we work, and we work hard. And before their time, when it was just me, and then it was me and Thasal, it was not all fucking roses like it is now. I mean, we were in a really bad situation when we were working at, like, the space that we were working out of was a pretty bad situation. And pretty much me and Thasal were, like, building cars outside. Like, Johnny's car, who was, like, our breakout build, I guess. We were building his car outside in the rain. Like, full wide body, like, a fully built show car.
It's insane that y'all did that.
Built out in the rain, which was outside, which is crazy to me. That's still, like, to this day, very wild to the fact that we even did that. We did Justin's car outside, the weather guy, did his shit outside.
We did that.
Eric's car was built between the shop and my buddy's house.
We didn't even touch Eric's car at the shop.
I started it there, kind of. But then we moved it to another place because I couldn't just see myself building another car outside.
That wide body WRX. We did a lot of wide bodies outside.
So early in your career, when you think about it, it's wild.
And it was just, it was hard. Like, having to go to different places to do our job, having to, scrounge for work, because, like, now it kind of runs itself and then it kind of doesn't. Like, we go through little dry spells here and there where there's not a lot,
that's
but we always come out of it, though, especially in, like, maybe not an automotive business as far as like a service shop, because people are always breaking cars.
We're
but
a
not
luxury service.
We're more of a luxury service, so, like, we'll have times where we're a little bit slow. Like, right this past week we were a little slow, but now we're back.
But yesterday we were fucking busting our asses.
And today we still gotta bust our asses when we're here after we're done with this. And then Thasal was there, and then Thasal's coming in, and I mean, it wasn't like it is now. Like, we'd have, like, a coilover install, like a fender roll, and, like, maybe another coil install in a week was a big thing. Like, that was busy for us. So, I guess Thasal, you can touch on that. It's like a Passover. Thasal, you can touch on that and how shitty that was back then.
It was because where we worked, it was out of a resto shop, so we had one bay reserved for us that Ryan was paying rent for, but we almost never got to use it because there was a bunch of, like, expensive resto cars in there, and then so when we're doing wide bodies, there's sparks going everywhere. There was also other conflicts of interest that he didn't want us working inside that we're not going to get into. But having to do coilovers and wide bodies in the rain and having to sit in wet gravel was just kind of annoying because you had it all in your hair.
I know that shit sucks.
In the beginning, like Ryan was saying, it wasn't like it is now where we have more steady work than what we did back then. It would be, hey, do we have something to do today? We'd have a coilover and a bag install a week versus now we have, like, 3 bag installs and coils and then trunk setups and starlights and everything going
wide
now.
Bodies,
so
still wide bodies.
Still wide bodies, which we've been doing a lot more wide bodies than we ever have done.
It used to be
maybe one every 3 months.
4 months. Now we're doing a bigger one.
2-3 months.
Yeah, we're doing a bigger one at least once a month, which is, it may not seem like a lot to y'all, but that's a big project, big job. So doing something like that in between all of our other stuff is there's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's cool too seeing our growth from, like, how it was in the beginning, because in the beginning, like I said, we were just doing bags and coilovers, and that was it. We're sending them out the door versus now take Carrie and Phillip they're bringing us stock cars and building them and we're building them to completion right off the bat. And then same with other customers. Yeah, it's still bag installs, but they're also now getting trunk setups, hard lines. We'll get them to do a starlight or something, like doing an aero kit, little stuff that while they're here to do that. So it's cool to see that people are putting that trust into us to do a lot more with us than just slapping some coals on, setting their fitment.
And it came down to marketing too. Like, I was 22, I think, when I started all this, maybe. And, like, I didn't know shit about shit. Like, as far as, like, marketing and, like, running a business and, like, none of that. I didn't know none of that. And to be honest, I still don't know all of it. So, if you're wanting to start something like this or just start anything, like, it is hard. I mean, and hiring your first, like, employee, I guess, is pretty tough, just because, like, you're not looking out for yourself anymore. So it's like, yeah, oh, I made this much money this day, I can survive, but then you got to make enough money for you to survive and enough money for them to survive too. And it's a lot. So as long as you just do good work, like we did quality work off the bat to the best of our abilities, and we've evolved since. But you just put out the best you could do up front and imagine that it's your car. That's the biggest thing I ever did, is whenever we work on people's cars, build people's cars, I just build it to the standard that I would want mine to be. And I'm very picky. Like, they'll know I won't even go to I'll try not to go to shows sometimes, because I'll have a small thing wrong with my car that your average person wouldn't even notice. But me, I'm just so OCD about my car.
We talked last video about like the few issues he had. His car's fine. He tells everyone his car's total. A motherfucker's fine.
Bro,
it's got small, like, you don't even notice the shit.
I have, like, weird OCD because, like, bro, I'll be driving and, like, I have this scratch on the side of my door because of that thing that happened in Ohio. Sometimes I'll be driving and I'll see somebody, like, next to me, and my brain is like, they're probably looking at that scratch and thinking this car's a piece of shit. Like, I can't get around it. It's weird. So, like, sometimes, like, I'll park my car a certain way when I go somewhere. I don't know why I'm like that. It's just I just am.
I mean, I don't know.
Z-Ron would be shitting a brick right now. You remember that phase before he went purple, I think, or white, and he had like 9 different colors on his car, just driving around thugging it. What a big ass BCL wing on it. And everything.
That's actually not the worst one either. I did that twice. I did that once with the Z, and then with my E36 when Jared fucking hit it in my driveway. I had to take off the bumper, the skirts, and everything on that car, and unwrap it, and then replace it with new stuff. So that car was probably 10 different colors, and at one point I was driving it with literally one headlight in it, no fenders, no hood, no bumper, both taillights in, and everything was primered and spotty and nasty. So I drove it. Funny story, I drove it. I don't even know if y'all even know this. I know he does. I drove it to a bar one night, and I was going to hang out with some friends. This is such a weird story. I don't even know why this even happened.
I don't want to know what happened.
So I had this dude that I was like,
you don't know this story, though?
No.
We were cool. We were cool, but, like, we weren't like best friends or anything. But, like, we saw each other out. Like, we were cool. So he was there when I went, and so I parked my car at this place called Friars on Woodruff Road, and I went inside. We were shooting pool or whatever, and I went to leave, and like I said, my car looked like shit, like terrible. And I went to leave, and I go outside to my car, and someone took a shit on my hood, like an actual shit. Like, they pulled their pants down and shit on my hood. So I walk back inside, and I'm like, bro, come here.
You never heard that story?
No,
bro. This is dead ass serious. I was like, bro, come here. We went outside, and we were kind of lit. Like, he was super drunk. I was like, all right. So I bring him outside, and I'm like, dude, someone took a shit on my hood, literally. And he was like, bro, no way. Let's go inside, look at the cameras. So we went inside, looked at the cameras. I was just outside of camera range, couldn't find it. I started, like, walking around looking for some sketchy ass, shitty people. Didn't find anything. So then I went to the bathroom because I was just pissed off, and there was a pair of dirty ass drawers in the side, like, with shit on them. So I'm like, oh, it's this nigga. So then I started walking around looking for niggas with no drawers on, and I couldn't figure it out. So I got pissed off. I went home. I, like, grabbed paper towels, pulled the shit off my car.
Oh my god.
And I go home, and this dude calls me, and he's like, man, I'm gonna keep it a stat with you, bro. It was me. He was like, I was drunk. I don't know what possessed me to do it. I thought it would be funny.
He told you he shit on your car?
Yeah. He was like, I thought it'd be funny. He was like, but then when I saw how you reacted, he's like, I acted like I didn't do it and tried to help you find the person that did it, but it was me.
What the fuck? Who was this? Like, was he cool? Like, what?
We're still cool, I guess. I haven't talked to him in a few years, but like, I would not.
You
talk
not
to him.
finna shit on my car because you think it's funny?
But like, that was the weirdest scenario I've ever had in my life
Oh.
because it was like a fat shit on my car, and it was crazy.
Oh my God.
It was to this day I don't understand what was going through his head, why he did it,
No.
and why the fact he tried to help me find the motherfucker that did it.
Hey, bro, let's go get him real quick. What do you
Literally,
mean, like,
it was like on some gang shit. He was like, "Well, let's go get him. We gonna fuck him up."
He was walking around with dirty drawers.
And he was
No
the one
drawers.
walking around with no drawers on.
No draws. He left him in the bathroom.
That's foul.
You know he ain't wiping booty hole either. So
Hell,
he
That's
had
probably
that,
why he took his drawers
he
off,
had
because he
that-
had to pull him up, go inside. He had no butt on his cheek.
he had that
Nah, shit's
butthole
disgusting.
raw
Bro,
dog
it
in
was,
jeans.
man. I listen. That was ignorant as hell. I don't know why it was like that, but it is what it is.
That's fucking
That
disgusting.
happened to me. So don't drive your cars unfinished around because somebody might
That's
shit on it.
disgusting. That's disgusting. What do you want now?
You're gonna make too much noise.
No, I'm not.
Bro, can y'all focus?
No,
We are
I'm fine with
focusing.
eating
I'm just
snacks.
hungry.
I'm fine with eating snacks.
Go ahead.
We should have a snack
Oh,
time.
damn, I used
We
to-
would have a snack time on the podcast, so we have a new snack every day.
No,
Or
you know what would be
Japanese
fire?
snack.
You know what would be fire? Is if
your-
I was talking shit. Let me go ahead and
Yeah,
indulge.
yeah, you got to.
That's my breakfast.
Yep. Yeah,
Alright,
for
wonderful.
4. I'm gonna take mine and savor it.
This is what we should do for real. I need y'all full
Sit
attention.
here for 30 minutes and just eat.
No,
A little mukbang.
we need to set up a little George Foreman grill and we stir fry while we're doing the podcast and we
Yo.
eat it.
And I'm actually kind of down for that.
Tell me what will be fire.
I'm down. We get one of them, like
Get
the flat top? The flat
Just
top?
right here, just
Yeah,
do
bro. Just whip it up while we're talking about
Some
the,
eggs
the,
and
the
bacon.
topics you need
Oh,
to
eggs
do.
and bacon sounds so good right now. Waffle House though. I
Alright.
need
So what's next?
Waffle House.
No.
Yeah,
What's next on the scheme of?
I can fuck up an all-star.
Oh my god, y'all some
Bro, it's up to
hungry,
you, bro.
hungry ass bitches.
I don't. Everybody gotta eat.
I want me a little grilled chicken melt. Yeah, we going Waffle House after this?
I want
I'm
grilled
going
cheese.
Waffle House after
We
this.
have to go off.
We gonna hang on Waffle House.
We got that car for till Friday.
I'm done with that car. I ain't got shit to do today. So.
You gonna have to help me wrap it. I'm gonna have to cut all this out.
Ooh, I
You
can't.
know, it's not, no,
Nah, this is perfect.
you know, it's for.
This is what we talked
Like
about
we're
last time. Just do
we're fairly new to the whole podcast thing. Yeah, you know, with 4 people, we watch a lot, but we can say what the fuck we want. Hey, you just look a little ASMR.
Is it bad that I heard that little crunch like in HD?
Hold on,
Like,
okay.
one more time.
So do we have any more do's and don'ts?
I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
I know it's kind of going back to where we were first talking about.
Dudes, go spend some fucking money and build your car. Don't stop being a bitch.
if you go and buy cheap stuff, buy the better cheap stuff. Like
I agree.
Like with the JNCs, like if you like
What's a better cheap equivalent to a JNC? An XXR?
no,
Yeah.
I mean those are the two. I mean honestly, I never bent or cracked my Asantis at all.
I mean, I never
Hey,
bent.
no, I'm
I
not
never
putting
bent
no
or cracked.
fucking-
I never bent or cracked my
Oh,
JNCs
yeah.
either, though.
But-
I mean, that's.
Does Ashanti make wheels that we would like nowadays?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Asanti
I mean I
is
did. I
singer.
liked them. I mean they're monoblock.
Ashanti is a single.
They do make 3-piece as well. But
Ashanti is
They do
a
make the
singer.
Ashanti.
I ain't never seen nobody in our scene with Ashanti.
You're gonna spend some bread though.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't seen JNCs in a brick though.
That
To
is
be
very
honest.
true. Because the new ones are ESR now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay. Here's okay. How y'all feel about ESR 3-piece?
I'm still 50-50. Because I done seen some crazy
They
cars.
fought. They fought, but I don't know.
And rest in peace to my boy Nate, but Icy 370Z had the fucking wide ass 3-piece ESRs. And those wheels were insane.
Those are ESRs?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Insane. And honestly, I want to talk about this while we're here. We talking about
GMR?
no. That's another story.
I was about to say something about GMR.
No, we can talk about GMR, but was you gonna say something bad?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm gonna say something bad about your goddamn $8,000 8Gs that was cracking barrels every other day.
Oh, that's fine. I know they're bad. AG's fucking
And
dog
we got a
shit.
customer right now. That's a close friend and a customer. Also went on
They use
AGs.
US standard barrels though. The face is fine. I think.
But I never cracked a barrel on my
I was about to say, what's wrong with USA? All of us are on USA standard barrels by him.
And it doesn't make sense. I never cracked a barrel
Yeah.
on my GMRs. Y'all know how I drove my car.
Well, he lives in fucking.
No,
Pakistan
because
over
when I
there in
when I
Spartanburg.
posted that my AGs kept cracking, the amount of people I knew on AGs that had said the exact same thing and then immediately sold their wheels after that's insane.
How many people are on AGs?
About
that you
20
know?
or 30.
There's no way there's 20 or 30 niggas that you know
Yeah,
on AGs.
fucking.
They must be cutting their own
What's
barrels.
his name? David was one of them.
David who?
Reynolds. He said he cracked 6 barrels.
They must be cutting. They're probably cutting their own barrels in
Brother,
house.
after like the second or third barrel, I'm out.
But
I
did
ain't
y'all
going
see the
through
crack on King shit?
Bro,
No,
that shit's
long.
all the way through the
Long.
bead into the actual flat part of the barrel. Yeah, I don't know what he did.
I'm serious. They're probably cutting their own shit in house, trying to save money. They're a big company, so they're probably cutting their shit in house, not doing it the fucking right way. Someone needs to measure their shit, weigh it, because I'm not. I love AG wheels. I want another set. I want a set on my next car, but I'm not doing it.
What was that one brand? It's back when me and you. They were so bad. They had to shut down quick.
They shut down.
Like the faces were cracking. Everything was cracking.
WCI?
No,
Art in Motion.
Art in Motion.
Art in Motion.
Art in Motion.
Don't they still make wheels?
They do. They do still make wheels.
I
They do.
thought
But
they still make wheels.
brother, you know how like the whole heritage thing happened when like
Yeah.
people were complaining that the shit was fading and there was like a bunch of people. Bro, there was a bunch of people posting about Art in Motion, like faces cracking, like
Oh,
right up
hell
the crack.
no.
Bro, but
It was
they
bad.
had some of the hottest shit back then.
No, you remember the one that was like almost like a Lego, but it was spun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That one was fire, but that's the one that also
I got
cracked
It's
a
like a
lot.
full face.
It was full phase.
I gotta
It's like
find
a logo
that.
type thing.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
find
and
that.
it
There's
was
a
dope.
hot ass Z that used to rock them back then.
We saw at that drift event where I blew my trans.
Yeah.
It was those wheels that was on that fucking Accord that passed by really kill. Those are hard. It was those. Those are Art in Motion wheels.
Yeah, but you
yeah.
don't see those anymore. I
No.
saw something on one of the Facebook pages like fucking months ago. I'm like, holy shit.
I know everybody be talking shit about GMR, but look, my face is never cracked, my lips never cracked. They do be having some rep ass designs, especially recently.
Speaking of rep designs, they
Yes.
started copying SK.
Yes,
Well,
bro.
okay, so I think
You see that
I think,
unreleased
But I
one?
fuck with GMR. I fuck with the people.
I do too. Yeah,
I
I
think
like
the
GMR.
GMR thing is doing it because of people like us. Because remember they released. I legit believe that when they released those original designs, there was like that when they posted it was like 4 in a row on
Yeah.
the picture, and it was like a VSKF rep, a BBS rep,
When they first came out.
and like another one, like a Serb rep and something else,
Oh,
and
the
Bazera,
LXZs.
and LXZs. I think that was a joke until how much traction it got, and then they were like,
Shit.
wait a minute. We probably should do
That
this.
makes sense.
Because ever since after that one post, every single wheel they've released is a strong rep of something else.
So-
Like literally, they copied the antipathy wheels, like
Which
into a T.
I don't know how I feel about that one because that wheel was a game. When that wheel hit the scene from SK and they just dropped the render, that was the craziest fucking
yeah.
thing that ever hit the fucking.
Because
I'll tell you
antipathy,
something,
it was
man.
his design. So he
Yeah.
came out with it first.
What's he doing right now? I follow him on IG, but I feel like because I remember he also bought a yellow FRS too. He had a few cars. I never met the man. Has anybody
Who?
met him? Antipathy. I've seen this kind of person that got one year, but I've never met the man. You remember that dude? You remember him? He with that big camera S15 that year got that was getting stuck everywhere. The static one?
The with
Yeah.
the face tats, dreads,
Yeah.
the one that,
S15 babe.
yeah. I don't
I
know.
thought that car was fucking insane, bro.
It was shit in person, bro.
It was shit.
The
It was
paint was
shit.
ass.
Instagram car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
crazy
fitment
static car.
honestly wasn't even that great either
No,
because
it
he
was
was on
static.
like he was
It
like
was
negative
low.
30 or some
It was
stupid
low.
shit. So
It
it
was
was
just one of those things.
ridiculous.
S15 big camber blew up.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
But that's with anything, bro. Like Lucas's car. Lucas's car was low key clean in person. I don't know if anybody's actually seen it or just saw it on the Instagram.
Besides that
but
tie skirt he fucked up, bro, the car was decent.
the car was actually decent as fuck. I don't know about the underside.
Yeah, I
But the
ain't-
outside
I
of
ain't
it at
here to
least,
judge
it was straight.
Oh, you talking about the RX?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him after his car blew up and.
After he blew his car up. Actually, I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
talking shit. I just saw it on there.
If you watching this, brother, I'm gonna let you just hit me. I want to know what happened. Hit me. I want to know the
I
story.
want to know the truth.
Yeah,
Really.
I mean, if that's the truth, that's true. But you know the world we're going crazy about it. So just call me. I
Yeah,
think.
because that boy, that's like probably one of the biggest not glow ups, probably biggest blow ups of
Yeah.
probably our like car scene generation was that for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Because that was
He did have a lot of hate, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody blew his shit up. No count. He had a lot of motherfuckers hating him.
Oh yeah. It was like the whole
I mean,
trailer
people
thing.
in and out of the car scene knew about that car. So
Yeah.
if someone passed by his car, I mean, like, you'll be driving somewhere and see a stance car on the side. Like, oh, look, there's a stance car. But his shit was so rowdy, like, you'd see that shit coming from a mile
Yeah.
away. Somebody probably figured out where he lived and was like, oh, yeah, fuck this
I
bozo.
wouldn't
Blew
doubt
his
that.
car up.
Sadly,
I mean, I believe
some
it.
people are crazy.
I've had people egg my cars, fucking run me off
Who
the
you
road,
pissing on? Okay, yeah.
Shit on your hood.
shit on my
That's
hood.
why that's still insane, bro.
Bro, okay, so look, before the squatted truck dudes used to, I guess, start fucking with the stance cars, those were the stance cars' biggest haters, bro.
Really?
Bro, I used to get run off the road by squatted or like lifted truck guys and squatted truck guys. Like literally, they like gang up on me and like roll coal on you,
Yes,
fucking try to
sir.
run you off the road. They like pull up and talk shit before they started fucking with. Because honestly, like nowadays, a lot of those dudes fuck with me
Yeah,
here.
I believe it.
But like just because of all this and stuff, but. Yeah, before that, when I was a little bit younger, bro, they used to hate stance cars. I never understood why.
Yeah.
But I guess now we do.
It was really when we were like kind of big in the local scene. And everybody hated us.
Yeah. Everybody, I feel like our local scene's so weird. It's so split into two.
Our local scene sucks.
It's so split because we have our good like. I say we got to get 200 people that are like loyal to us and are actually in the cars. Cause like we have a good car scene. We build a lot of cars, but that are in the stance cars. And then you got about 1,000 kids that are 17, 18, growing up on the wrong side of this shit, going to swing meets and doing all this other stuff and hanging with these bad groups.
Oh, I started a fucking riot damn near 2 months ago.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the whole Greenville mob and all them boys.
Yeah, there's a group of like degenerates, I will say, that like host swing meets and they live by swing meet and they hate anyone that has anything to say against them. And Brian made a shirt talking about some people and put it in one of the group chats, but they hate him. They hate me.
And the crazy thing was like, so I made a video of me like sitting in my game room and I was like talking about just like the swing meet shit and how like it's affecting us, and I was just like, yo, there's a better way to do this for sure. And I was like, honestly, bro, I was like, if you see this shit, I was like, call it in. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
call it in. But see, they took that and they thought that it was me. So after I said that, I swear a bunch of them started getting shut down. And they thought it was me that was calling. And so they were like threatening me, like trying to pull up to my spot, trying to pull up here. And it was like a big thing. And the craziest thing to me was like, I never once ever called the cops. I just said like, yo, if you see it, call. Because, bro, we got too much shit to do. Like, we out traveling around, going to these shows, working. You think I got time to keep up with these petty ass swing meets around here? No, I never once called anything like that, and they just don't fuck with me, which is fine. I don't really fuck with them either. Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. But that was such a weird time because they were mad.
You see us riding through the streets though. They're the first ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%, bro. Literally last week, one of the Greenville mob got like guy the owner of that. I don't know if it's mob. There's so many of them. I can't remember. I don't even know which one it is.
Mob's the biggest one.
Greenville mob or Mob 864. One of the fucking mobs. Whoever the owner is, that nigga hates me. Yeah. Which is fine. But one of their little people, the other day we were driving the Skyline, my car, the BMW, and I think else. The GR or something. We had
4 cars.
Corbin's car. And but he was the first one to lean out his car and like take a video and be like, "Oh shit!"
He had big ass mob stickers on the front and back of his car. It was like a stock Jetta.
Bobbing and weaving.
A stock Jetta.
And we're all like we don't support it, but like I ain't gonna sit there and like put your ass in jail though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I told other people to do that because it's like y'all shouldn't be doing it anyway, but I'm not physically gonna call and like do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for all that. So
it's on a different breed though.
I'm gonna call.
I just don't be seeing them
and let them know I'll call. But yeah, no, I haven't been to one, and they say that for me. But I told people the same thing. if I find about one and it's close to me, call them.
Call it in.
Call them. We gonna have to call them. Shut them motherfuckers down.
We get the addresses
right now.
Yo, people still to this day they think I'm like this fucking car scene white knight, and they just send me these like, yo, shut this down. I'm like, I don't got time for that.
Yeah,
bro.
when that happened, every guy, because like there's some guys they had on the inside that weren't really about it. And we had me 10, 15 people just telling us the addresses when they were switching.
That was the wildest part because people were like hitting me up trying to infiltrate. They were like, bro, I just got in. I'm gonna send you all this shit. And I was like, yo, this is legit. Like, they were like really about it. They were like, yo, fuck them niggas. We're gonna pull up.
Every night
we're gonna shut it down.
That was dope.
And I was like, damn, this shit we started a little movement.
That was dope.
You know?
But I mean,
honestly, after all that happened, though, it calmed down.
Yeah.
It didn't stop, but it definitely calmed down. There's been probably 1 or 2
They're
since
trying to host legal ones now and get permission, and people still getting hit.
Like a designated spot
like a warehouse. It's like a warehouse type thing.
Apparently, they got permission. One of the groups, I don't think it's mob. One of the groups got permission to start having like a little spinny boy. So I ain't seen nobody get hit in a couple weeks. So I think
Except for that fucking Mercedes, bro.
I was just about to bring that up.
Bro, he had to have killed somebody. There was one dude that flew like 10 feet in the air. He had to die. There ain't no way. Either that or there's no quality of life there. So
no. Take me out.
I just don't understand people that buy these cars and they underestimate the potential and power out of these cars. And then
or just learn to fucking drive.
Yeah, they fucking lose it, and it's just like, oh well, I just killed 16 people. Well, there goes my life.
God.
Yeah, that's insane. It's a wild place.
It used to be just a Mustang thing, and now it's fucking everybody.
It's every car.
It's every car.
Front wheel drive cars. There was a video. That I posted. It went viral on Facebook. It was literally this dude, and he was at some car meet, and he was in like a Versa, some kind of front wheel drive car. He pulls up to the pole,
a light pole,
and then puts his bumper on it, and then starts doing a front wheel drive burnout,
Or
cracking
like-
his radiator, fucking folding his
It makes
hood,
no
and just
fucking-
doing it just to do it. And I'm like, yo, look at
What
this
are
shit,
y'all
bro.
like-
I was like, this is not what we grew up doing.
And the dudes are like, oh my god, it's so cool. It's,
That's the
no,
worst.
it's-
That's the worst part, bro. That's the worst part is people with their phones.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Because people want to be the next little viral thing. People want to be whatever. So they start doing dumbass shit to be the next 5 seconds of fame.
I think locally, the most insane thing we've ever seen here is where that dude with the Civic jumped the fucking curb. Y'all remember that?
No, that was a BMW
Was it a BMW?
at Cookout.
I thought it was a Type R.
No,
You
it
talking about that the one who went through the cookout
I
time?
went to the Cookout time.
Oh,
That was a
We
BMW.
talked about that a few years
Or
ago.
are you talking about something different?
I'm talking about something different.
Oh no, you're talking about the dude with the Type R
The
that jumped
Type R
over the
jumped-
Yeah,
freaked
bro.
his shit.
Yeah, no, that was wild.
What the fuck happened?
It was here locally.
It was here local. We were there.
Yeah.
He was flying to the parking
Through the
lot, and
parking
like
lot.
there was a random like median, and he jumped it. Oh, bro, he folded one of his wheels. Like the wheel exploded,
I'm
the
pretty sure
suspension
front,
broke.
The front radiator support fucking broke off. Like, he fucked that car. Like,
But-
instantly told him a Type
Oh,
R.
fucked it. It was when the Type Rs were new, because this was when we were
brother.
still popping out the local meets. This was a
Probably
while.
2-3 years ago.
But no, the one that I'm talking about is when we used to meet at Cookout. The shit I was telling you about
Yeah,
Cookout.
that's insane,
bro.
bro.
This dude and this like 15-year-old kid was flying through that parking lot like at 335i, which was new back then, and jumped the curb, went through the Cookout sign.
That's fucking wild.
Like, just
man.
took it down.
Actually
Now, I
wild.
know you remember this, and Saul, you were there too. And we were at some local meet at Home Goods over there off of Woodrow, and then that truck was flying through the parking lot. You had your Z back then, flying, and you see old Perry trying to break the mirror.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Remember that
yeah,
shit?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
He
do
started trying
remember
to
that.
jump the dude. Yeah, bro, but this dude, I'm talking about, he was going like 80 to maybe 60 to 80 through the parking lot.
God damn.
Just hauling ass, and everybody tries to jump him.
Oh yeah. You gotta do what
Like
you
trying to
gotta
destroy Daddy's truck.
You gotta do what you
I'm
gotta
talking
do.
about shit, bro. That's probably the most insane shit we've seen locally. There's probably more shit, but
We just weren't there.
we just weren't there.
I want y'all to post in the comments if you made it this far. Tell us what's the craziest thing that happened locally in your car scene. Somebody crashed, some crazy swing meets.
Fights.
A fight, yeah. Just what happened in your car scene that's wild. That's what I want to know. As we,
We just don't fuck with the local scene like that
No.
anymore.
And the thing is, it wasn't by like design.
Yeah.
They just don't fuck with us.
They don't fuck with
which
us.
is crazy because like we don't hold ourselves like above anybody else. Like we have nice cars and everything like that, but like people don't respect that.
Yeah.
A, because they're just doing stupid shit like that, but B, it's like they think because we don't go to the local stuff that we don't fuck with them in the sense of like we think we're better than to go. That's not necessarily the case. It's more so of the fact that like I'm not finna drive out there and waste my time for it to just get shut down.
Well, to a local meet though.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
when we ever pull up to a local meet,
it's
yeah.
almost like
I think it was the wildest when I first moved. Just me seeing it because I knew y'all. And I know we're pretty known in the art scene. But we pulled up here when I first got my car done, and we all pulled up. And they cleared the path. They moved parking spots. Everyone was it was just cool. It was cool to have that locally at home.
And we would come out to more stuff, man. It's just our schedules are kind of crazy with here and traveling and stuff.
It's
But
gotta change though.
B, it's just like, I mean, they be trying to talk shit and hate, and I'm not finna get into all that. So I just
No.
won't go.
Yeah.
Y'all go home by 4.
That's why I like when we host meets.
Yeah, and we always
We've hosted every
meet.
meet we hosted since I've been here has been successful.
Oh, and they're fire. The July 4th was probably by far the best one because we posted about that like 3 days prior, and we had like 200 cars here. People come from out of town. Like it was nuts.
Didn't Tyler grill out?
Like Tyler grilled
Yeah,
out.
true.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, we got the space for it. We got the place for it. And I would want to start doing it again. It's just we have so many cars here right now that we gotta like finish and
Yeah.
get done and stuff like that. That's kind of the hard thing.
We just don't have the space right now.
We don't have the space. But outside of that, I mean, it'd be nice.
If
to
our
get back
customers
there
come pick
again.
their damn cars up, we'll be
Yeah.
okay.
There's a specific Millennium JD36 out there
That
that
motherfucker
could leave.
It's a lawn owner.
But it debeated.
We should
It debeted outside. I've been trying to get it to come get it, but hey, it is what it is.
is
You know
what
what
it
I'm
is.
saying?
It
It
is
looks
what
cool
it is.
next to my car. So
Yeah.
What you got to say, Saul? You've been awfully quiet.
Tired.
Tired.
What you
Tired.
mean? It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Did you sleep last night?
It's because
No.
you don't drink.
You said no?
No.
Yeah, why you stop the tea?
When's the last time you got some butts, so?
We not talking about that on our podcast, boy. Get off me.
It always gets pulled up. It always gets pulled up.
When's the last time, bro? Talk to me.
I'm finna get some this weekend. You keep acting like that.
Oh, oh.
All right.
right.
On that note, we're gonna end the podcast. We appreciate y'all watching both episodes.
joking.
If you made it this far, okay. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Again, drop in the comment what the craziest thing happened in your car scene. So we appreciate you. Sand Shop Boys out.